Hey fam, thank you for joining me again today. As always, so good to see you. Glad that you could be here. Hope you've been doing well. So today I want to talk about the buzz that's going on in social media on every platform, and that is Judge Mathis. His wife, as you already know, of almost 40 years, Linda Mathis, filed for divorce on August the 23rd for irreconcilable differences, meaning they could not work it out at all. They could not work out the marriage, no way, no how, no nothing. So on yesterday, TMZ had caught up with Judge Mathis at the airport. And I tell you, that was the best interview, short interview. It was music to my ears. I loved every bit of it. And this is the first time that I'm speaking on Judge Mathis and his wife because it was a lot of speculations out there. And that's a natural human thing to do when, someone comes out with a shocking news such as this with no explanation behind it. So it's natural, it's human nature to start speculating and start thinking about what happened, who did what, and when, and how, and for how long, and all of that stuff. But I did not want to base my video about that, about all of this speculation. So I kind of held off, and I'm glad I did. I'm very glad I did. But as I said, TMZ caught up with Judge Mathis, and it was an excellent interview. And it was music to my ears. I was so glad to hear it, and I was so heartbroken when I heard about the divorce because I think because not that because I know them or many of us don't, but it's the pure fact that they've been married for almost 40 years. And how often do you hear? We don't hear that often enough that people been, that people have been married that long for that long of time and have managed to get through all of the aches and pains or whatever, all these things that you go through in a marriage, because you believe you me, you go through sometimes a lot, and it is a give and take situation. You don't always have the same feelings that you may have had when you first met, but feelings change, they come and go, they don't last, they are fickle. So to base things on feelings, not always the best practice, but this is a little bit different. So allow me to share this video with you, this short video with you from TMZ, and then I will come back with my comments. So let's go.
Hey, Judge Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I want to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. See how many at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your life.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back in July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city. But I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship? Or
Oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
There's none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this.
Okay, that is it for that. That is it for that interview with TMZ. Wasn't it wonderful? That, like I say, was the best interview. And a couple of things that I want to point out about what Judge Mathis said. The first thing he said is that they asked him, was he all right? And, I think it's a natural response that you say, yeah, I'm all right. But then he said, wait a minute, pump the brakes. I'm not all right. These are the worst days of my life. And then he used this to let other men know that he was an example. He was setting himself up as an example. He may be a blessing in disguise to others, so many other men that may be neglecting their wives. So he used that opportunity to let them know, hey guys, put your wife, make her a priority. Okay, make her a priority as she should be. The other thing I love what he said is that, he had been flying in and out for 25 years or more, doing shows, doing this and that, hanging out with the guys, spending too much time having fun and being too busy for his wife. And that's exactly what he was doing at the airport. What set the stage for Linda, his wife, to file for that divorce on June the 17th was that he had been gone for 3 weeks. And he had already made a commitment to her that he was going to make her a priority. And he did not do that. Now, him being at the airport, I was like, wow, well, why is he at the airport now? I'm sure many people were thinking that same thing. Perhaps, he had already committed to a business deal or something like that, and he couldn't get out of that, so perhaps that's why he was, at the airport at that time. But he clearly understands now that his wife means business. And I was so glad to hear that they are still living in the same household, because that is an opportunity to, have those discussions, to, go, I don't know, have some type of therapy, marriage counsel, or just, begin to talk things through and talk things out to see if they can maintain their marriages. Because many times when one or the other leaves the household, that opens up a whole nother can of worms that can open up to more speculation of infidelity or so on and so forth. And as he said, one thing that TMZ asked him about was infidelity. And he kind of went around that a little bit. He said that, neglect can cause suspicion, which indeed that's true. It can. If you neglecting your wife or vice versa, never there for them, always away, say you're going here, you're going there, and you're not including them in with you, of course, Yes, that can cause speculations on the other. Of course, they will start thinking about, well, wow, am I still here being, am I, is he with somebody else? Is he seeing somebody else? I mean, what's going on? Of course, it's going to be speculations when you do that. So it's vital, that you spend that quality time, but not only spend that quality time with your spouse, but include them in the things, some of the things that you are doing. Perhaps, maybe he was going on a trip. He could include her on coming with her, maybe not going to the meeting if he was having meetings or things like that, but include her in going on taking that trip with him. And again, I'm just so happy that he is going to fight for his marriage. I'm so glad to hear that. He's going to do everything in his power to try to keep his wife right by his side. And pray, I boldly pray that Linda will listen to him, and they could be able to talk and communicate with each other and work things out. But I must say that it can't just be talking, Judge Mathis. You got to walk the walk. You got to show yourself approved. It's no more talking. That's what caused Linda to file for divorce on the 17th, because she was tired of talking. She was tired of telling you. I took and told you how many times. So she had to prove it. She had to prove to you that she ain't playing. And that's exactly what she did. She had to prove it. And her way of proving it was filing for that divorce. So if you weren't listening to me then, I bet you're listening to me now. You know that I mean business. I'm standing on business, and I am not going to deal with this for the rest of my natural life. If we're going to be man and wife, we're going to be man and wife. We're going to be together. I've been with you for almost 40 years, through thick and thin, through your education, through you working, and doing what you have to do as a man to take care of the household. I've been there standing right beside you every step of the way. And I'd be darned if I'm going to continue to be the third wheel. And that's exactly what Judge Mathis said. He was treating her as she was the third. The third? I'm not the third. I am not the third. You know, God is the first, I'm the second, okay? But I am definitely not the third, and I am not going to do this any longer. Life is too short and too precious to be third on your list. And, I'm going to do what I need to do if you don't get it right. And that's exactly what she did. So she, her expectations of what he promised to her didn't happen. And that's exactly the what he was saying, in the TMZ interview, that, her expectation, he did not fulfill the promises that he told her. And so, to prove to him that she won't plan, she filed. And he sometimes you got to prove to people without talking. Talk, they say walk the walk, not talk the talk. So she walked the walk. She walked her way straight to file for that divorce, and that's exactly what she did. But I pray and I hope that they can make this work. I really do. 40 years is a life long commitment to be with someone, and imagine having to start all over with somebody else. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. So I can't even imagine that you've been with someone for 40 years and you're trying to start over and meet other people and date other people, and trying to explain or let people know how you like to be treated, how you like. I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine. So me, as myself, as a wife of 29 years, I cannot even imagine that. I've been with my spouse for, probably as long as Linda and her husband has. So not in marriage, but we've been together, and I've been through thick ups and downs just like anybody else. That's life. That's called life. So, to let go now, it would be devastating, but you got to do what you got to do. We got to do what's best for you. And so be it. But I hope and I pray that they can find a way to mend their broken marriage, and they can come together and save their marriage. How wonderful that will be. And I ask that you guys out there pray for them, pray that they can work their marriage out, and that she will not continue the divorce process, that they will get back together. Judge Mathis will show himself approved to his wife and be the husband and the man that he has promised her to be. So that's it, y'all. But until next time, I wish you nothing but peace and blessings, and be well. Thanks for watching.